Hey, remember that pool Democalypse project that I made a couple videos on and then like nothing? Here's where we're at now. First, I found my Sawzall blades. But today, I'm cleaning up all my tools in the pool. You'll never guess. No, yeah, actually you probably did guess. You were right. Second, we refinanced the house into a 15-year mortgage to get the money to do this. So essentially the money we're gonna spend, we actually save because we refinanced at a lower rate at a 15-year, so our payment's gonna go up, but like the net difference is gonna be exactly zero, almost. Okay, the contractors are ready to go, so they're actually waiting on me now, and I'm feeling overwhelmed, but taking it one step at a time. The first step is to drain the pool, and to do that I thought I was going to need to rent a pump, like a sump pump or something, but one of my crazy like follower people on YouTube suggested, why don't you just use the pool pump that you already have to pump the water out? So I'm going to go investigate if that's even a possibility. So here's the filter system, and that is the pump. So what think I'm looking at, which might be the key here, is this thing. I don't know if you can read that, but this thing seems to move. This says filter, this says waste, and I'm guessing the waste goes out this tube, which then goes outside. Now, the pool is too empty for the filter to actually work right now, because like it draws from that. You can see that a little bit, and the water is below it, which is part of why this whole project started, because there's a leak. But I'm guessing there's still at least a little bit of water left. So I am going to switch this to waste, turn the pump on, and then run outside and see if water starts coming out. Here we go. Other way. Here we go. Running in a pool room is a really good idea. There's the pipe. We got nothing. We got a trickle. Okay, moment of honesty. I actually already tested that out. I ran the filter to see if water would come out. I wanted to test it to make sure it worked before I videoed before I filmed it. That's why people say film. It's just easier. I wanted to make sure it worked, but unfortunately in testing that it worked, the little bit of water that was still in the pipe came out. So that's why you didn't get to see that moment of suspense where it wasn't coming out and then it did come out. That really did happen. I got to see it. It was amazing. I'm really sorry I screwed that up for you. So that's great and all, but we still have the problem of the water level being below where the filter comes from. So there's a hose on this side of the pump that goes straight into the ground, which I'm guessing is what ultimately sucks from the pool. So I think all I need to do is get a hose this same size, hook it up to the input, and then run it into the pool at the deepest spot and let it suck the water out and shoot it out the drain. And if that works, you'll get to see water coming out of that drain. Ooh. So this one right here is the hose that I'll need to take off and replace. Why do hose clamps use flathead screws? I don't know, but they also have a hex, so that's what I'm gonna do. Yes! Matthew, your idea was a really good one because I already have a pump, so why would I rent one? It seems like a simple idea, except what happens when you have a pump that is in a fixed spot and all the hoses are glued to it. You cut the hoses, don't you? Or how does siphoning work? You may be a victim of counterfeit. No, ignore that. How to siphon. Siphon. My concern is I need gravity, which means the one end needs to be lower than the other. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. How to start siphoning. I'm planning a trip to siphon an early... No. I think I spelled it wrong. How to siphon water. One end into container. Place the other end. Siphoning is a job that most of us will encounter. Blah, 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 blah. Uphill without a pump. Pressure needs to be different. But when the lower end is pressurized, increased pressure pushes water upwards as long as the tube stays full. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. I think we're just going to cut. Yeah. Let's try that. These are the lights that we used to have in our garage. And then I got some Costco big ol' LEDs. Watch the difference, because for a split second, just the old ones come on. Old. Wah. I'm sure everybody's different, but this is what I look like right before doing something really stupid. Handsaw works pretty good, but it's hard work, so we're gonna switch. It's kind of like Tim Allen on Home Improvement, except it's not a live studio audience, so if I die, no one will ever see this, because who's gonna post it? That's in the way. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, this doesn't fit at all. All things considered, flexible hose, one-handed sawzall, limited visibility, reaching into a place that I can barely reach or see. It worked. What? Down there, come on, autofocus. There's the cut. So that worked. Now I just have to get some kind of adapting system to get another hose into there and then into the pool. I have one idea. And what I'm hoping is that this hose for the vacuum skimmer, I don't know what that's called. I wonder if I can just adapt that onto what I just cut. I don't think it's the right size exactly, but I do know that I have a whole bunch of hose clamps, which I think basically can make up for like 3 inches in difference between pipe diameter, hose diameter, whatever. Okay, so here's the hose we're going to try. It's really dark back there, and I'm going to be blocking the camera anyway, so you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to do it and give really detailed and exciting commentary while I do, so at least you kind of know what's going on. Okay, right now I'm trying to do a thing with a thing. And so far it's going the way it's going, pretty much. Yep, okay. Now I'm trying something else to do something. It's not working really good. I wish this were easier. It's dark. I'm not hurt yet, but I'm still trying to do that thing. All right, you know what they say, like, if at first, when doing something stupid, it doesn't work, keep trying it. All right, I have it on there. It's probably not on all that well, but it is on. So I'm gonna try to hose clamp this down, and then I have to screw this back into the filter, which is gonna be a challenge because I'm not just screwing this little hose anymore. I'm moving, I have to keep rotating this entire hose. But still, if it works, it'll be worth it. If it doesn't, I will have wasted enough time that I could have just gone to the store and got the right parts. You know the drill. Can't twist the whole thing. That's not gonna work. Is it? Okay, moment of truth. I got it threaded on down there, like 1.5 revolutions, and it should go around like 6. But if it leaks a little, I don't really care. So we shall put this end in the water, not that, and see what happens. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I see water going. No way. Can you see that? This is water going where it needs to go. Maybe outside. Don't step on that. No running on pool deck. I see no water. We need to see water. This is that moment that I got to enjoy earlier that I want you to enjoy now. Go. Come on. That's definitely in the water. I don't feel any. Something's going through there. Is it just air? Valve is open. Okay, when I ran it before, the pipe was already full, right? No, it wasn't. I don't know what's going on. I thought this would work. Come on. More drips. Yeah, we still got nothing. So that's the bad news. Still no water coming out. That is despite only using the pump here. I took the filter out completely, so we have a hose coming in and a hose going out. And the hose is in the water, underwater, right there. I got that hose from underneath the deck, which had all those hitchhiker things, so like those got all over my shirt. Had to take those off, change my shirt. I've tried filling the pipe with the hose and then feeding it into the filter. And while the garden hose is running, water does get pumped out. But then as soon as I take the pump out, or the hose out, and put the garden hose out and put that black hose back in the water, it stops pumping again. It's pumping something, but I think that's just air bubbles. So that's the bad news. The good news, there's no good news today. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. That one is draining. That one is draining. So that is 150 feet of hose. Colin helped me yesterday. We had to resort to siphoning, and I wasn't sure we'd be able to because of where the level of the bottom of the hose would need to be, but coming all the way back into this creek, it is working. So I got 2 hoses going. Hopefully it'll go a little bit faster. The pump ultimately didn't work. I think the hose maybe had an air leak in it, and it was enough that the pump wouldn't suck water. So we are now siphoning, and let's go check the water level.
Yay, the water level! Whoa, Dad, look at that. Did a good job, huh?
All right, the two hoses are still down there, almost at the very bottom. So yesterday, when I started, today's Sunday, by the way. When I was trying the pump, it was Friday. So yesterday, when I started siphoning, the water was at that line, like right where that jet is. So it's gone down. I don't know. I'd say it's gone down like 1.5 feet. So in a day, that's reasonable. It'll still take a while, but it's going good enough.
Look at it. I mean, it's so cool. Oh.
We'll just come right in. Monday morning update. It is very shallow now. Siphoning seems to be working. The shallow end is almost empty. And I'm hoping after that it'll empty even faster. Cool, so probably a day or so more and it'll be completely empty. And then we can get the contractors in to start doing their thing. So I'm gonna end this episode here and we'll pick back up when something else happens.